Thanksgiving is all about great food and even better company. And today I'm tackling the unsung heroes of the holidays, the side dishes. On my last video, I showed you guys how to smoke a delicious Thanksgiving turkey, and today I'm gonna show you what to serve with it. We're making a creamy corn casserole, delicious collard greens, and cheesy biscuits that'll have everyone forget about the turkey. These are my 3 easy Thanksgiving sides. I'm Maciek, and this is Grillin with Dad, the channel where I share easy and delicious grilling recipes. Today we're changing it up a little bit and cooking in my kitchen. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you are not new, welcome back. A lot of people have their kind of go-to recipes for doing things like mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. These 3 side dishes are my favorite to serve for Thanksgiving. Plus, hopefully it'll give you some ideas of some new things to try. So let's start on the collard greens first. This is a collard green leaf, and the only prep that I'm gonna do with these things, I'm gonna remove this thick stem from the middle. That can get bitter when you cook with it. So what you do is just put your collard green right on the cutting board, take your knife, and then just cut right alongside this thick stem right in the middle. This right here is what we're getting rid of. And then just put the leaves flat down, and I'm gonna arrange one on top of the other after I remove all these stems. Stems are removed, so the next step in our collard green prep is to just lay these guys down flat and then just start on one side and roll them up. Just roll them up just like this. This just makes it easier to cut. So the first cut is where I'm gonna go lengthwise from one end to the next, and then I'm gonna start on this side, and I'm just gonna start cutting it into these kind of a medium size piece. Something like this. Okay, these are cut. The next step, probably the most important when working with collard greens, is we gotta wash these guys. So they have a lot of sand, dirt, and if you don't wash this out, your collard greens are gonna come out gritty and just not very tasty. And so what you do for the washing is put them into a large bowl, bring these guys to your sink, and then just fill your bowl with cold water. All right, I'm gonna put these guys in the sink and then just give it a little mix. Get all this dirt, sand, and anything else off of them. I'm gonna drain the water. You can see this water is a little bit green. You can see all this stuff coming out of it. And then I'm gonna repeat that process about 3 or 4 times until that water runs clear. And that's how you know that your collard greens are washed, cleaned, and ready to go. Collard greens are washed. I'm gonna set these guys off to the side, and I'm gonna cut up the rest of my ingredients, and these are super easy. So for my protein, I'm going with some beautiful smoked Polish sausage. Now traditionally you can add things like a smoked turkey drumstick to your collard greens, but since this is for Thanksgiving, we're smoking a whole turkey for our centerpiece. I'm going with sausage instead. Next, I've got half of a white onion and a couple cloves of garlic. Super easy and very simple. For the onion, I'm gonna go with sort of a medium dice. So about, roughly that size. It doesn't have to be super small. You can leave it a little bit bigger to get some texture in your collard greens. And the garlic, I've got 5 cloves. And for the garlic, all that you're gonna do is just kind of slice it up into little pieces like this. So don't mince it. Also leave it a little bit bigger. Garlic and onion are prepped. Put that off to the side, and next I've got my sausage, and this is about a pound and a half of sausage for the collard greens. And for this, I'm just gonna cut it up into discs or medallions. I'm not sure what you want to call it. Something just like this. Sausage is ready. Let's put this off to the side as well, and we are ready to start cooking. To cook the collard greens, I'm using this enamel Dutch oven. You can use any bigger pot, whatever you have works. The Dutch ovens work really well. I'm gonna fire this up over medium heat, going with just a little bit of olive oil. Next, I'm gonna go in with my sausage, and I'm just gonna kind of sear these guys off a little bit, brown them on both sides. So it's been about 10 minutes or so, and this is kind of what you're going for here. See, just like that, get a little crust, a little sear on the outside. We get some of these burnt bits on the bottom, which is great. I'm gonna scrape all that off as we make these collard greens. That's all delicious flavor. So after the sausage is seared, I'm just gonna remove it from the Dutch oven. Next, I'm gonna go in with the onions and the garlic and give this a little mix. And to my onions and garlic, I'm gonna go in with my all-purpose seasoning and TFTI's Cajun rub. So my all-purpose rub, that's the salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, those classic flavors, and then tone seasoning has a little bit of that extra kick, sort of a sweeter Cajun rub, but this is delicious on the collard greens. And I want these seasonings to kind of bloom and toast a little bit with the onions and the garlic. See, as all this is toasting, I'm just using my wooden spoon to scrape the bottom of this Dutch oven. Onions are getting translucent, the garlic and the seasonings, everything is nice and fragrant. First up, I'm going with 4 cups of low sodium chicken broth. I like using the low sodium one because then I can adjust the seasoning levels at the end. If you get the regular stuff, it might come out too salty. Next, I'm gonna go in with my collard greens. So right in the liquid here. Go get all these guys in there. To this mix, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of butter, about a tablespoon of white vinegar, and about a teaspoon of crushed red peppers. And give this one more mix. I'm gonna cover the Dutch oven, bring this up to a simmer and cook this for about 45 minutes and start to get those collard greens nice and tender. While the collard greens are cooking, let's get started on the creamy corn casserole. And this might be my favorite Thanksgiving side of all time. The idea here with all these is that all 3 of them are gonna be ready right about the same time. Let's get started on this recipe. First, I'm gonna need 2 eggs crack these into your bowl. Egg number 2. Before I add any other ingredients, I'm gonna whisk these eggs, just get them nicely incorporated. To my eggs, I'm gonna go in with 2 cans of corn. This one here is a whole kernel corn and it's not drained, so I'm adding the liquid, the corn, everything that's in the can. And this one is a cream style corn, again with everything that's in the can. Next, I've got 8 ounces of sour cream. Get one of these, there we go. 1 whole box of Jiffy cornbread mix, and 1 stick of melted unsalted butter. That's it, that's all the ingredients. Now just mix everything together. We make this for Thanksgiving, but then we make it throughout the year as well because it comes together really quickly. We usually have all these ingredients on hand anyways. Something like this is what you're going for. I'm gonna bake this in this round casserole dish. This really works best for this recipe. Before I pour it in, I'm just gonna hit it with some of this cooking oil spray so nothing sticks. And then just transfer this into your casserole dish. Oh yeah. This is preheated at 350 degrees. My corn casserole dish goes right in, and this will take about 45 minutes to an hour to fully cook. In order for all these side dishes to come out at the same time, I like putting this in the oven about 40 minutes into the cook of the collard greens. That way this is getting close to finish. This will take about 45 minutes to an hour and it's all gonna be ready at about the same time. Let's check back on the collard greens. Whew. So these have been going for about 40 minutes and look at that. So they're starting to get a little bit tender. They still have a little bit more to go, but oh, this smells so good. So what I'm gonna do next is add in all the seared sausage from earlier right into the mix. Give this whole thing a stir. And I'm gonna keep this on low heat, on a low simmer for about another 40 minutes or so. I'm gonna leave the lid off so some of this liquid can cook down and our collard greens will be ready. Corn casserole's in the oven, collard greens are finishing off, so now let's prep these cheesy biscuits. Now, I guess these are more of a cheesy muffin biscuit type of recipe, but let me show you, and if you can't bake or if you've never baked, this is the perfect recipe to start with because I'm using these Grand's Pillsbury biscuits. So these are the home style, the larger ones. There's 8 of them in here. We'll get this set to the side, and next let's prep our cheesy dredge or coating. So for that, I'm using this 4 cheese blend. So this is Asiago, Fontina, Parmesan, and Provolone. So I'm gonna go in with a whole container of this. You should be able to get this at really most grocery stores. And then about a half a cup, or about a quarter cup of chopped parsley. I'm gonna give this a little mix. Next, let's prep our biscuits. So I'm gonna take these guys out. Ooh, well, that was a good one. And then all you're gonna do with this is just roll it up into a little ball. Okay, just like this. See, I told you it's an easy one. No baking experience needed, and you're gonna have delicious, fresh biscuits, cheesy biscuit muffins for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna make this in a muffin tin, which is why I guess there should be called biscuit muffins or just muffins. No paper liners needed. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit more of this cooking oil spray. This right there. And the final ingredient to make this recipe is just a stick of melted butter. So what I'm gonna do next is take one of our biscuit balls, dunk it in this butter mixture. So that's with one hand, and then it goes into the cheesy parsley mixture with your other hand. You wanna make sure you get a lot on it, right? Get it fully coated just like this. And then just drop it into your muffin tin. All right, these are prepped. So we've got 8 of them. Now these are gonna go in the oven after the corn casserole comes out. These will take only about 10 minutes to bake. So while that's resting and cooling down, the biscuits will bake. It's been a little bit over an hour and our corn casserole is ready. Ooh, let me show you guys. Wow, oh, look at that. Put it right over here. So this whole thing, when you kind of give it a little shake, you can see it's still a little jiggly in the middle, which is what you want. You don't want it to be super firm, but you know when it's done, when the top starts to crack open a little bit like it does here. Here, let me show you again so you can see these little cracks on top. It still has a little bit of a jiggle, but that is perfect. Now this still needs to rest for about 10-15 minutes. It's gonna cool down. I'm gonna put in our cheesy muffin biscuits in the oven. Same temperature, about 350 degrees. Right there on the middle rack, should take about 10 minutes, and then everything will be ready. All right, it's been about 10-12 minutes. Ooh, check these out. Look at that. Beautiful golden brown tops. You can see the cheese, the parsley. I mean, that's as easy and as delicious as it gets. Let's take these guys out of the pan. Look at that. You get this nice cheesy crust on the bottoms and on the sides. That's from all the cheese that we put on these. Just take them out, let them cool off for a minute. Next, we've got the corn casserole. And finally, we've got the collard greens. And for these guys, I'm just gonna transfer them over into a nicer serving dish. Meaty, spicy. This is it right here. And there you have it, 3 easy and delicious Thanksgiving sides. We've got our cheesy biscuit muffins, our creamy corn casserole, and delicious collard greens with some Polish sausage. I mean, you put this on your Thanksgiving table next to your smoked turkey and you have the perfect Thanksgiving dinner. Here, let's take a scoop of this delicious corn casserole. Let me show you guys what we're working with here. Look at that. Here we go, let's plate this guy up. It's creamy, you can see those whole corn kernels, beautiful texture, perfect. So to this, you add one of our cheesy muffin biscuits, and finally, a nice scoop of the collard greens. I mean, that in itself is a beautiful dinner plate. Look at that. A little bit of everything. Serve this with your turkey, and I guarantee you all your guests, your family, everybody is gonna love it. All that's left to do is to try everything out. Let's go with this corn casserole first. Ooh. This one's so good. It's creamy, a little sweet, has that really good corn flavor. I mean, this is this one is delicious. Oh yeah. Here, let's go for the collard greens. A little bit of that sausage. This on itself could be a dinner. With the sausage, with the collard greens, it's a little spicy, earthy. You get the delicious sausage, the onions, the garlic. And last, but definitely not least, you get these beautiful, cheesy muffin biscuits. I hope you heard that crunch. Perfect. That biscuit is cheesy. You get that beautiful crust on the outside. I mean, perfect pairing for any Thanksgiving dinner. So there you have it, 3 easy Thanksgiving sides. I'm Maciek, this is Grillin' with Dad. Today we're cooking in my kitchen. Hopefully you guys like this video. Leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah. This is so good.